ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit, Subscribe.
It's not an actual signature like this one over here, though. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Stepford Cuckoos. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at DMW All Things Marvel, which is a legit Marvel merchandise business, family owned, and it features all kinds of fun posts on their site, including incredible customs and action figure photography. They have giveaways over there, and it's a little community over there, man. You know, people find figures for each other, people trade figures over there, so I recommend it. Check it out, link in the description below. And while you're down there, please go ahead and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And these three figures I did pick up on eBay. I did hunt around, especially before the whole pandemic, for these figures, and have never seen any in the wild ever. So far, they look fantastic. I had to get at least 3. I would prefer to get 5, but right now 3 is going to be just fine. So anyway, I like how you can see all 3 right over here on the side of the packaging, looking very cool. And then there's a read up on the back of these. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. And then you can see the 3 cuckoos right there on the side again. You get an X logo on the top, not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack these cuckoos open. And here are the Stepford Cuckoos out of the packaging. And these are pretty cool figures, man. I'm happy to have them. I don't know, it's one of those staple pieces that I've been wanting in my collection for a long time. Kind of small figures, kind of pricey for the size of the figures, but hey, it's looking pretty cool so far, and we do get the interchangeable accessories. So let's get a closer look at these head sculpts, and then we'll take a closer look at the rest of the figures. So I obviously have 3 of these figures, but to show off what you get when you just purchase one of them, you can see that we get 2 sets of interchangeable hands, we get some effects right over here, 3 interchangeable heads, Cerebral, and a coffee stain on my review station that's just bothering the hell out of me. But I love that we're getting the fisted hands and the open hands over here. It's still a fairly new thing for me to see with my female Marvel Legends figures, so that's cool. I did not expect to get these clear effects. For some reason, I just didn't know that these came with the figures. I try to avoid other people's reviews because I don't want them to change the way I review my own figures, so I just didn't know that these came with the figures. I felt so dumb. But we've seen these flamey effects before, and they are not identical to each other. They are different sculpts, but I really like these a lot. I could use them for Invisible Woman too, which would be really neat. And then you can see that we get the Cerebral Helmet right over here, or is it Cerebra? I get the 2 confused, but it looks pretty good with this gunmetal color right here. Not too bad. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit onto the head sculpts, and unfortunately, it doesn't really fit onto the Celeste head sculpt very well at all. I mean, you could put it on there, but it just looks really bulky and weird. I mean, it does fit, so I shouldn't say it doesn't fit at all. I just don't like the way it looks. I really did try heating this up and seeing if I could, take off these pigtails and maybe, just put this on here, but nope, I felt like I was going to really break something that I didn't want to break. As far as the Phoebe head sculpt goes, it fits on there a little better, right? Yeah, it's not too bad. So, it's not awful, but it doesn't fit nearly as good as it does on the Irma head sculpt, and that looks best. So, there it goes, because she has the hair. But I only remember seeing them all wearing these when they all had the blonde hair, so it kind of doesn't really work. So, originally there were 5 Stepford Cuckoos: Celeste, Phoebe, Irma, Sophie, and Esma. And Sophie and Esma did pass away, and I think it was Sophie that's come back and resurrected kind of like a zombie form. Well, in the latest issue that I've read, which is actually pretty far behind, but there's many different designs of these characters, and they are clones based off of the ovaries of Emma Frost, or taken from Emma Frost while she was in a coma, and apparently there's hundreds of clones like this in tanks and stuff underground. They all have the same powers as Emma Frost and everything, and they have their whole hive mind telekinesis, which kind of makes them a little bit more powerful in certain situations, right? But I really love the head sculpts right over here, and I like the design choice. I like the schoolgirl look. I went to Catholic high school. I like how this came out. I love the paint variation right there and the hair. That looks stunning. Really dig it quite a bit. I really like the sculpt right over here too. That's really cool. The ties right over here aren't colored, but yeah, very pretty faces. I like how you get that pink around the eyes right there. And then to look at the Phoebe head sculpt, this looks really good too. I like that. And some of them have blemishes, you know what I mean? I'm just basically showing you the ones that, I don't know, that came out better looking. Nuts. I did have the hair come off on one of my Phoebe head sculpts. That's frustrating. And I like how the hair is sculpted just slightly different between these two, you know, like the hair ties or the pigtails are almost in the same place and everything, but definitely different hair sculpts. Again, I really like the wash on these two. Color variation looks great. Again, the faces look really good. And then we have the Irma, aka Mindy head sculpt, which looks great as well. She's got the bob going on. I like the jet black hair. Really dig it, man. So great head sculpts on all of these. Really like them. You know, I should point out that out of all three of these sets, the Irma head sculpts I had the toughest time with. You can see this one has a lot of paint smudging around right over here. And then this one has like this weird chalky kind of thing going on with the plastic, and it kind of runs into the eye right there. So this is the best looking one out of those three. But, you know, all the other head sculpts actually came out pretty good. I think there's like one Phoebe head sculpt where the eye didn't really come out looking right. Yeah, this one right over here, the eye is just looking a little bit weird with that extra black paint. But other than that, the paint apps mostly came out looking really good on all of these. And I like how the clothes look and everything, you know? Great looking clothes, nice clean paint apps throughout. Wrinkles look really good on the arms over here. You can see the fisted hands and the open hands. Here's looking at the back, and then you can see the skirt right there, looking pretty good. I like how there's a cut in the skirt right over here in the front, so it does allow you to move the legs around and everything. It doesn't hinder the articulation, which I'll get more into in just a minute, but yeah, nice flesh tone with the legs. I like how the socks look and everything. Then you have the little schoolgirl shoes right over there, little nerdy shoes. Not looking too bad, probably just sneakers, and then you can see the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So the articulation on these figures is actually pretty good. For the Phoebe head sculpt, you can get her to look up that much. For Celeste, she'll look up that far, and of course for Irma, she'll look up a lot more so due to that haircut. And then we get the side-to-side movement right over there, and then they all have some decent head tilting. I did notice that the head swapping is a little tricky just because it's just a very stiff switch. Yeah, it just doesn't really sound right, but it's just kind of tough ripping them off and putting them back on, but it's not a big deal, just something worth noting. Anyway, the shoulders move outward that much, and they move down pretty well inward. I like that. You can rotate a full 360. Only a single jointed elbow that does bend in more than 90 degrees. You also get rotation right there, and then all the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You do get a diaphragm joint that turns side to side, some diaphragm pivot. She'll crunch forward that much and back that much. Then the hips move outward that far, and then they can kick forward pretty far too, which is great, and back a little bit, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then you get calf rotation right there, and then the ankles move down, they move up, and they all have beautiful ankle pivot. And to measure out this Celeste Cuckoo figure, you can see that she is standing just a little under the 6-inch mark. And then here's one of our Stepford Cuckoos next to two of our Emma Frost figures. We have the second Hasbro Emma Frost figure, and then here's our third new X-Men version right here. And you can do some head swaps. For instance, getting an Irma head sculpt on here looks pretty cool. I do like that. That looks really good, actually. You know, the Phoebe head sculpt looks cool. Kind of has a Black Queen kind of vibe to it, right? I like that. Oh, and then here's the Celeste head sculpt on there. Here's the White Queen head sculpt on the body. It's a little on the big side, but kind of works. And then you can put the Cuckoo's heads on the Emma Frost here, but the neck is looking kind of on the short side. And then here's a Stepford Cuckoo next to another teenage figure. We have Spider-Gwen, and then here she is next to Jessica Jones. And I was thinking about doing some head swapping, like this could be a cool Spider-Gwen head sculpt, but unfortunately when you pop this off, the peg does not match at all whatsoever. So if you want to get this on here, I mean, it'll just rest on there, but she's got the stumpy head, shoulders, and everything, so that's just not working out. And the Spider-Gwen head will not fit on this just due to the peg sizes not matching at all whatsoever. However, if you wanted to get some Stepford Cuckoo heads on the Jessica Jones, well, that works out really well. Look at that Irma head sculpt with the leather jacket. I guess the neck is a bit on the long side, but still, I think that's really cool. I like that. I also really like redheads in leather. Let's see how that looks. That's pretty cool too. Yeah, blondes in leather too. I don't know, we're like all chicks in leather. It looks really nice. Yeah, punk rock Cuckoos. I like this. That's pretty sweet. Then for a couple other ex-female teenager figure comparisons, we have Jubilee and Karma / Wolfsbane / Danny Moonstar. And I kind of want to see another head swapper over here between these two. Oh, it's not working. Yeah, the peg doesn't match for this body mold. I'm not going to do a head swap with the Jubilee and Celeste though. It just doesn't make sense. But I did put a Phoebe head sculpt on here, and that's really weird. By the way, my new song, I Want to Be Weird, is now available on iTunes. Check it out. I'll have a link in the description below. Jubilee in a schoolgirl outfit is kind of interesting to see. I don't know what it is, but I like that. And then here's our Stepford Cuckoo figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. All right. I keep getting older, and they just stay the same. Ooh, hey. So you're 18, aren't you? Oh no! Ah! So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thank you to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel and help keep these videos coming your guys' way. If you're interested in supporting and you're in a position to do so, I recommend you check it out. Link in the description below. And I should have a new Marvel Legend figure review tomorrow. I know these are very old figures, or they've been around for a very long time anyway, and I'm so happy to finally get my hands on them. I have not seen any in the wild. Even before this whole, COVID thing, I hadn't seen any in the wild at all whatsoever. So I paid $27 per figure, and that's kind of on the high side, but over here in the Bay Area, everything's marked up anyway. Like the Red Hulk, we paid more than everybody else on that Target exclusive Red Hulk. So our figures just cost more in this area. So at the price point of $27 per figure, for me, I'm giving this figure a Sud rating of... Yeah, to me, these are perfect Stepford Cuckoo figures. I don't have any complaints except for the hair ripping off on one of the Phoebe Headsculpts, but man, I'm still very happy with these. I want to know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comment section below. If you want to stay in touch with me over on the social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and now TikTok, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.